Hi everybody, it's KAYLA Symonne. Welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to come to you guys today to give you some of my recent pickups as well as favorites. The reason why I like to do my videos like this instead of doing a haul video or favorites video is because I don't want my favorites to get repetitive, and I also just want I don't always go shopping all the time, so I don't want to bring you guys 5 products and it be a waste of video. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite drugstore, high-end, any type of things and things that I just recently picked up that have been working for me and things that I can give you an update on. So without further adu, stay tuned to see what are my favorites slash recent pickups. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, okay, and become a part of my family, and we can chit chat more often. You guys can give me some feedback down in the comments below, and let's get into it. So first things first, I'm going to stay kind of in the eyebrow category at first, and one of my favorite things to use is this NYX Proof It, and it is a kind of, it's not even like a pomade, it's this weird consistency, and I'm gonna open it for you. But you can like sweep this over your brows either before or after you put your product on, and it makes the product waterproof, or just makes your brows last a lot longer. And I find that because my brow hairs can be very fine, so while this is the general shape of my brow, it's hard to, depending on what product I'm using, like if I'm using more of a pencil, to get it to stick more and to stay and have kind of that pomade consistency. But with the easiness of working with a brow pencil, I like to use this, and it just makes the hairs to me a little thicker. It makes the product easier to cling onto your brows, and this has been something that I have bought 3 and 4 times over. So NYX Proof It, it's a waterproof like brow thing, and that's just something that I really like. And to me, it's kind of like the alternate to going and buying a Anastasia Beverly Hills, in like, instead of getting that same, I don't know how to explain it, like most cheaper brow products that you get, they aren't really as waterproof or aren't really as durable. So I think that pairing this with a cheaper brow product helps a lot. And so my next recent pickup that has to do with brows is this Anastasia number 12 brush. I believe the brush is number 12. Yes, number 12 brush. And you can see right there that it has this angled tip to it. And I've been kind of bouncing back and forth between the NYX brow pencil that reminds me of the Anastasia Brow Wiz and freaking Stila Stay All Day. And sorry, I'm kind of like rambling because I don't have the Stila in front of me because I've been looking for it and I can't find it, so I had to go with different products and use different things. So between Stila Stay All Day brow pen, which I go through, I went back to this brush because I've been using my dip brow again, and so that's what I have on my brows today. And I think it's definitely a super duper good brush to fill in your brows with. I think the first time I bought the dip brow, I had that flat brush, and to be honest, I use that more to put the concealer around my brows and carve out my brows rather than to actually fill them in. I think this brush is way better. It's easier to get into details, like, you know, different strokes. I like this brush a lot better. So yeah, this is one of my recent pickups and a favorite. I can't say it for sure is the favorite. And sometimes people are like, oh, I have to try things out for 2-3 months. I feel like some products, you know, off rip are your favorites or not, or things that you like or not. So, you know, that's that. Now my next product that is like a holy grail that I use on my brows along with the Proof It, and this may be after, like when I use the brow pomade, I use this NYX brow gel, and to me this just like sets everything, solidifies everything, and makes sure that the brow hairs are actually defined, because I find a lot of the times that people fill in their brows but the brows just look like a stroke of color, and there's like no definition of the hairs and things like that. So I personally like the hair look and to see the actual brow hairs that I have. So after I fill them in, whether it be a pencil, Stila Stay All Day Brow, or the Anastasia Brow Dip Brow, I'll use this as my very last step. So on to complexion products that I have picked up that I like a lot. And I'm gonna start with a CC cream, and this is by Kiko. And I have heard of this brand, but we don't have any stores in Michigan, or not that I know of. And so when I was going to the Bahamas, I was in Florida, and I went to a mall down in Florida, and they had a Kiko store, and I just saw makeup. I didn't even pay attention to the name, and I went inside, and yeah, I was like, oh, I'm looking for a CC cream, but I'm kind of oily, and so I didn't want to get anything that was going to further perpetuate my oils. And so this says Skin Trainer CC Blur, and this is in the color Neutral. And trying to see, the consistency is very, I don't know how to explain it. It's very, and maybe I'll show you like what the consistency is like. It's very lightweight, like, and fluffy, like airy. And the only thing about the CC cream that I feel like it doesn't bother me, but I think it's causing a reaction for me. And I know that sounds so bad. I love the CC cream itself. It definitely does a great job of blurring pores, and it has a tad bit of color to it, but it's not so much that it will alter anything. It just kind of enhances your own skin color, and I really loved it. And the first few days that I used it in Florida, because I didn't want to do any full face makeup, just brows, CC cream, and you know, lashes, mascara, whatever, and keep it moving. And the first couple days that I used it, or that first week, it was great. I noticed, and I don't know if it's the weather change or what, but when I came home back to Michigan and I used the CC cream for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's the it has like a light floral scent. It's not, it doesn't stink. I love the way it smells. Doesn't really bother me per se, but my skin disagrees, and unfortunately around my mouth the CC cream will, you can't always see it, but there will be whips that kind of form around my mouth. So I'm not sure if it's the primer mixed with the CC cream or what, because literally the first week that I wore it, it didn't bother me, and then when I got back home, around my mouth start itching. So that does kind of suck, because I really liked it. It helped control my oils to me. I didn't really have to use a lot. I used just as much as what was excuse me, I'm getting a tissue to wipe it off, as was on my fingers. And for whatever reason, it's like if I wear it too many days in a row, it'll start creating webs around my mouth and whatever. So I'm kind of struggling with not wearing it, because this is the first time, like I said, I found a CC cream that I really liked. So that kind of is a bummer for me. But if you guys know of any CC creams that you like and in your oily skin, please comment down below some that you like or what you would use, and things that have worked for you. Or if you've used this Kiko CC cream, let me know if you've had these same issues, because I really am interested. Like, I would like to know. But aside from that, another favorite that is has been purchased numerous times, is my L'Oreal True Match foundation. And no matter how many, and this is in the color W7, I'm sorry, and no matter how many times I go and look for high-end foundations and I like them, for whatever reason, L'Oreal True Match was the very first foundation that I tried my sophomore year in college, and then it's just stuck with me ever since. Like, and I do have oily skin, so it doesn't necessarily, like, I wouldn't say it doesn't hold up the best. It definitely holds up with the right setting powders and things like that, and the right primer. But it's not a mattifying foundation by any means. So if you like that straight matte look, and then you like to add your glow via like highlight and things like that, you may not like this if you're oily skin. But for whatever reason, I just love it. Like, I don't care. So if it does slide off my face, I just feel like it kind of enhances my skin, because I don't really have to cover up too much. So I think that this is a great light coverage, not even light coverage, just buildable for sure coverage foundation. And I have it on today, and it's in W7, and I really like it. It's always been one of my favorites. So if you are a newbie to makeup and you would like to try foundation, I think that L'Oreal True Match would be a great fit for you. And that's all I have for the complexion complexion category. Sorry, I feel like when you get in front of the camera, you just have brain farts like every now and then. So like, don't mind me if I say something stupid, because I promise you I got an education. It just, sometimes it just like slides away. Okay, so for this section, I'm just going to focus on skincare. And to be honest, I've only been using one thing for like the past 2 to 3 months, and I've really liked it. So most of you know that I was a Mary Kay rep, so I do like Mary Kay's skincare, but something about me personally, I feel that with my skin being so sensitive, I have to almost have a toner incorporated in my regimen, and just a straight toner where I take a cotton ball or cotton swab and I kind of dab over my face after I cleanse. And this is the Clinique 3-step cleanse system, and I am the number 3. That's the set that I use, and this is for combination to oily skin. And when I tell you that I just really like it, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I use the cleanser first, and then, you know, obviously I have a Mary Kay spin brush, and I go all over my face. And I'm the type of person where I'm not particular to skincare products, just as long as I have a really good cleanser. At some point in time, I used to use diluted apple cider vinegar to tone my skin, because that really helps with keeping blemishes off my face. And as long as I have a good moisturizer, I'm fine. So I don't think my skin is too particular about what I use, as long as it's in that order. And that's just how my body is, apparently. I don't have to be with anything specific. It's just about preference at that time. But as long as the steps are pretty much the same, and the moisturizer is kind of like a lightweight gel moisturizer, I really like it. And one other thing that I've been incorporating with this Clinique 3-step system is at nighttime, to help with my oils during the day. At nighttime, when I wash everything off, before I put my gel moisturizer on, I will slap my face in coconut oil. And for me, that helps, because in the morning when I wake up, my face is really moisturized, and when I wash my face and do the whole routine again, I don't do the coconut oil in the morning, but I will do it at night. And it's been really helping me, tricking my body into controlling my oils and thinking that I'm more oily, that my skin has enough oils than I do, and it doesn't produce as much. So I got that tip from Nakia Joy that was really helpful, because she has a great channel for oily skin people. And I just been using this. I've been liking it. I keep going to pick up these samples, because the samples are relatively cheap, but you get like a month to a month and a half use out of it. So I like it. Definitely would recommend you try it if you are a combination of oily skin and you are looking for something simple, 3-step, easy to use. I would recommend this as well. I just haven't gotten a chance to order my Mary Kay stuff, and I want to try something new, and this definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Okay, so one of the, I'm sorry, I'm clearly a mess over here. One of the things that I have picked up recently that I've been using faithfully, and I really like this brush set, and it is from BS Mall on Amazon, and I believe they gave me 14 different brushes. Some of them are the smaller ones are the eye brushes and detail brushes, and here's another eye brush. I'm just kind of picking through my brushes right now to show you. And then they give you these face brushes These are bigger brushes, and they're just, you know, regular brushes. This is a flat angled brush. Here's a flat stippling brush. Here's a round brush, a tapered brush, and this is a angled, I think this is a blush one, or I just use them for whatever. I typically will use, sometimes I use the flat one for foundation, but most of the time I use a beauty blender. And then I use this one for, please excuse me because I'm so clumsy and I'm dropping everything, and it's so crazy because if you can't tell, I'm in a rush to like record this video because I need to get it out, but I also have to go. But I use that angled flat brush to put my contour in my cheeks, and you saw that in my spring makeup video. This round brush, I typically will use a brush like this to buff away my powders after I am done baking. I use this brush to put on blush if I am using blush. And this one, sometimes I will use it to dust away under my eyes or to put powder up under my eyes if I'm not looking for that heavily baked look. But yeah, so I picked those up from Amazon. I really like them, and they had high ratings, and I suggest that when you do buy things off of Amazon like that, just really look at the reviews and look at what people are saying about these products, because you definitely don't want to just be buying stuff and wasting your money. I mean, obviously some of the things are cheap so you don't get mad about them, but it is always nice to find something that is quality, the same quality as maybe a Sigma brush or BH Cosmetics, Morphe's, things like that, but that come in a set that are pretty cheap on Amazon. I think that set was 14 brushes for about $13, so not even $1 a brush roughly. And I'm a Prime member, so of course I get these things like within 2 days or something like that, so it was really cool. I like the brushes a lot. I find myself picking them up all the time, so even though I am a beauty blender person, I think that it's important to have brushes in your regimen. I know that it's helped my makeup game like tremendously, just to be able to blend everything seamlessly and buff everything out so we don't have those harsh contour lines. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where like you can see the 2 lines down your nose, and we've all been guilty. We've all been guilty. But that is all that I have for today of the recent things that I picked up that are pretty much my favorites. Things that I have repurchased, and things that I've recently picked up and I've liked, but maybe they haven't worked out the best for me, or I just kind of, you know, wanted you guys to see what I've been working with lately. And so I guess like that's it, you know, for this video. And I hope you have a great day. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. And yeah, it's been cool like chilling with you guys, rocking with you guys, and I guess I will talk to you guys next time. So bye.